in. Number two, if we had the finances, and I'm going to keep saying it, I mean, you can bring me the Bible. You can bring me the man at the front door, but once that door closed at 4 o'clock, there's nothing else going on for these young men, or some of these young ladies too, but we talking about the young men now, to do. If we had our own finance, our own monies, this man's organization not only can be rebirthed, it can stay open as long as it wants to. My household that I opens up every single day and night for anybody can stay up and continue to function and run into the wee hours of the day. But it'll give us also the opportunity to be teaching them and showing them the way to life and the way to get back out here in society. So I'm going to keep on saying, if you don't think it's about money when it comes to us in this poor, low income neighborhood and communities, then I think we all need to come back to the table.
And in a real sense, what we're saying, Mr. Young, is that the absence of any kind of financial resources to help support the things that the two of you are doing also helps create a large number of other social problems. When we talk about incarceration, we talk about violence, gangs, drugs, and etc. All is tied into the fact that there are no structures within our community to help, excuse me, alleviate some of these problems. Is that what we're saying?
I definitely agree with that. And another thing that's so valuable, you know, to add on to your point is that, you know, these organizations, you know, like the Eye of the Future, I remember that program, you know, and Calvin Peterson, he ran that program for years and years and years. And I just remember one day he was saying, well, you know, I got to let the program go. And I never understood why he said that, but, you know, now seeing, you know, what I see now is based on finances, based on the money.
No kind of support.
But our part, right.
Not just from the local government, but also from your neighborhood. Neighborhood got to pitch in, the leaders, everybody.
There's such a, and of course what we're going to do, we're going to take our second commercial break, and then we're going to come back during this last segment and allow you to further elaborate upon what the three of you consider to be some of the issues. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. Thank you and welcome back to the final segment of the show for today. We're talking to Ms. Greenlee, Mr. Young, and Mr. Flowers, and the topic is broken generation. What we're trying to do with this program this morning, Ms. Greenlee, is to make people aware of the lack of any kind of resources that can help many of our young people stay out of trouble in a real sense. And I think the term you use is broken generation, and I think that a large number of our young people fall within that category, not because of their own inability to do anything, but simply because of the inability of the government, local communities, private organizations to help provide the resources that are necessary to keep them out of jail, to keep them out of killings and et cetera. Speak to it from that perspective, Ms. Greenlee.
Well, Dr. Haney, if you really look at it, people do their research. Everything that we had, like Mr. Young was saying from the early 90s, it's either been cut out, it's been shut down, or it's been taken away. The budgets have been cut. It always been cut in our low-income communities. We had it where we was filtering out. So now you want to talk about the high rate of incarceration, the drug sales, the gangbangers. Okay, everybody know my son was murdered by a gang member, but it was not because he was struggling, he couldn't find a job and stuff like that. It was because wouldn't nobody let him in. So if you got people, getting busted selling drugs and stuff like that, you got to think, they trying to work. Everybody don't have a felon. Everybody not going to be able to go to